These are the most insane trash talks in football. Let's start with Lionel Messi, who completely lost it with Sergio Ramos. Everyone knows the defender loves to annoy attackers, but during this El Clasico, he took it too far when he made fun of Messi. Maybe what ticked off the Argentine even more was that Barcelona was up 2-0 when this happened. But something even worse went down between him and Rodrigo. In a match between Brazil and Argentina, the Real Madrid forward called his opponents cowards, and that's when the trouble started. But Cristiano Ronaldo and Piqué had an even bigger blowout and one of the worst fights in football. For years, they faced each other in the biggest rivalry in the world, but it was what happened off the field that really angered Ronaldo. When Barca was celebrating a title, Piqué mocked Cristiano in the worst way. He was clearly imitating CR7's celebration, and of course, the Portuguese star responded the best way possible, humiliating Piqué on the field. Check out the amazing goal he scored to get his revenge.
For a second here, Cristiano Ronaldo takes his time, still got time. Oh, 2-0. Dreadful.
However, the biggest conflict in football was between Mbappe and Neymar. They used to be close friends, but when the Frenchman became the boss of the PSG locker room, the battle started. The Ninja Turtle wanted everything Neymar had, taking over as the penalty and free kick taker, and even trying to take his spot as the team's vice captain. This tension showed on the field, with the two constantly provoking each other. But in this game, things got even worse. Mbappe missed a penalty, and when PSG got another chance, Neymar took the ball to shoot, and it seemed like the Frenchman wasn't happy about it and confronted him. A TV channel even caught Mbappe complaining about the Brazilian on the bench. But Neymar wasn't the only one Mbappe had problems with. Messi and Mbappe had an even bigger clash. They had issues at PSG because Messi sided with Neymar in the locker room. But it was at the World Cup where he got the chance to avenge his friend. Check out what Messi did after scoring a goal in the final against France. And it didn't stop there. 3 minutes later, Mbappe tied the game and did this right in front of Messi. When Messi won the trophy, there was more taunting in Argentina's locker room. If you thought Mbappe was a backstabber, you haven't seen what Benzema did to Vinicius Jr. The Brazilian didn't have the best start at Real Madrid, but he never expected Benzema to say this in front of him. The worst part? Benzema spoke to Mendy in French, knowing that Vinny didn't understand the language. Thankfully, they eventually made up and won championships together. Haaland was straight up humiliated by Guardiola. When City got a penalty, Guardiola yelled from the bench that Haaland should take it. But the striker didn't listen and let Gundogan step up. And this happened. I can only imagine the scolding they both got in the locker room after that. Ibrahimovic almost got into a fight with Lukaku over the most bizarre reason. It all went down during the Milan derby, and the tension was high from the start. But things really escalated when the two legends bumped into each other, and Zlatan said this.
Sì, allora, Ibrahimovic sta ridendo in faccia a Lukaku, che viene fermato e calmato dai suoi compagni. È difficile.
Di Antonio Conte, Lukaku, è difficile che si arrabbi Lukaku, è come se dicesse.
What a low blow, and it clearly got to Lukaku, because after that, he didn't play well, and Milan won 2-1. No wonder Twitter blew up with people slamming the big Swede. Instead of apologizing, Ibra took the chance to poke at his rival again and posted this. But this time, the tables turned, and Ibra almost lost a match because of trash talk. Once again, it was Milan against Inter, and to make things even more intense, Milan had just won a penalty. Of course, they picked the best player on the team to take it, but Julio Cesar wasn't going to make it easy and did this.
Julio Cesar adesso.
The guy tried to intimidate Zlatan right to his face, but when it came time to take the shot, this happened.
La battuta di Zlatan Ibrahimovic, il pareggio del Milan. 27 gol in campionato per Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yep, not just anyone can get inside the head of the football god. This guy did everything he could to humiliate Neymar and ended up crying in the locker room. It was a showdown between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and if Paris lost, it was all over. So, from the start, Neymar was pushing hard to score. Then this happened. Kimmich had the nerve to laugh right in his face, and it didn't stop there. The tension kept rising. Unfortunately for Kimmich, Paris won, and out of spite, Neymar made sure to celebrate right in front of him. I guess it really got to him because he left the field crying afterward. But what happens when Neymar is the one who crosses the line? In this play, the star tried to jinx a penalty kick, and things didn't end well at all. It all went down in a Champions League match between Paris Saint-Germain and RB Leipzig. If Leipzig lost, they were out. To make matters worse, Paris was up 2-1. But just to add some more tension, Neymar decided to taunt the opponent right when he was about to take a penalty. And to Neymar's bad luck, it completely backfired, and Szoboszlai scored this incredible goal.
A scrappy match of 31 fouls, 9 yellows.
And then there's the time Maupay tried to humiliate his rival and ended up paying the price. This was a match between Tottenham and Brentford, and right at the start, Maupay scored a stunning goal. But the problem wasn't the goal, it was the celebration he did right after. You didn't see it wrong, he straight up stole Maddison's celebration, with Maddison standing right there. But that was a huge mistake, and he definitely regretted it after what happened next. It wasn't enough to just score a goal to return the celebration, they had to completely humiliate him. But in this next play, it was Maddison who got humiliated in an unbelievable way. It all happened after an Arsenal striker went down, and in anger, Maddison did this. But his taunt backfired badly, and Saka seized the moment to get revenge with style. Not once, but twice. And of course, after each goal, he mimicked Maddison's celebration just to rub it in. But what happens when the FIFA president tries to provoke Cristiano Ronaldo? In this interview, someone asked Joseph Blatter who's better, Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. And to everyone's surprise, he said this.
My question to you, simply put, is Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Lionel Messi and Ronaldo. They are both exceptional players, but they are totally different. And the football lives about the difference of stars, because Lionel Messi is a good boy, and the other one, this is something else. The other one is he's like a commander on the field of play.
You heard that right. He made it clear who he thinks is better, and all of Ronaldo's fans were furious. The problem is, Cristiano not only watched the interview, but he also decided to get revenge in a genius way. That's why no one should provoke CR7. But on this day, it was Cristiano who crossed the line, and you won't believe what he did. In an Italian league match between Juventus and Roma, the world's best players started picking a fight with Florenzi and ended up saying something he shouldn't have. It wasn't enough for Ronaldo to tell the guy to shut up. He had to humiliate him for being too short. Later, he tried to say he was just joking and even hugged his rival, but it didn't help at all, because just a few minutes later, Florenzi made Ronaldo look bad. But what happens when someone tries to humiliate Zlatan? In this play, during a match between Atalanta and Milan, things didn't go Zlatan's way when the referee didn't give a penalty. But the real issue was what the defender Duvan did to taunt this legend. What a mistake. It ended with him being completely humiliated. Now, check out this clash between Vinicius Jr. and defender Antonio Reillo, which almost ended in tragedy. Everyone knows Vini Jr. has been dealing with some issues in La Liga, especially due to the racism he's been facing. But what this defender did that day went way beyond the line. It all happened after Vini scored Real's second goal and celebrated with a little dance. This made the Mallorca team furious, and things only got more heated from there. In the end, Mallorca's stunts didn't work, and they ended up losing by 4 goals. But unfortunately, this only made the crowd hurl even more racist insults at Vinny. How awful. Now take a look at what this goalkeeper did to get inside the penalty taker's head.
He says, I know. He says, I know, Joe Hart.
And the crazy part is, he actually knew where the kick was going. Genius. But what happened in this penalty kick is even more unbelievable. Before the shot, the goalkeeper walked up to the Manchester City forward to taunt him, and just for fun, they agreed to go the same direction. So, who do you think will win this mind game? Leave your guess in the comments below, and let's check out the play. In this next case, Sergio Ramos was completely humiliated. It all happened during this play where the defender blocked a goal but ended up getting a yellow card, and the referee still awarded a penalty to the rivals. And to make things even worse, look what happened after the penalty. Yeah, it just wasn't Sergio Ramos's day, but what's amazing is how he managed to turn things around. But what happens when Sergio Ramos is the one who crosses the line? In this match for Paris Saint-Germain, the defender made an epic save, but ended up leaving the field furious. I'm not sure if the yellow card was deserved, but one thing's for sure, he earned that red card. On this day, Haaland almost got into a fight with an entire team over a bizarre reason. It all went down in a match between Borussia and Frankfurt, when, after a stunning goal, they decided to do this to provoke Haaland. But the real problem was how much it fired him up, because after that goal, Haaland went crazy, and things only got worse. On another day, they tried to provoke Haaland, and he responded in an unbelievable way. In a match between Sweden and Norway, this guy tried to challenge Haaland for a high ball, even though Haaland is nearly 2 meters tall. So, of course, things didn't end well. But not just anyone can insult Haaland. Check out what he did to shut his rival up. Now, take a look at the day when Salah proved he could be even more ruthless than Haaland. It all happened in a Liverpool vs Manchester City match, when after a goal, one of the City players tried to hold onto the ball to waste time. But unfortunately for him, Salah wasn't in the mood for games and did this. The funniest part is that after that, the guy even tried to complain to the ref. What a humiliation. Something just as bad happened to Luis Suarez. And no, we're not talking about the bite. Because in this Barcelona vs Espanyol match, he was the victim. After a play where Suarez missed an incredible goal chance, the Espanyol goalkeeper took the opportunity to mock him. But of course, the Uruguayan didn't let it slide. Look at what he did to get his revenge. But while the Espanyol goalkeeper got what was coming to him, this other goalkeeper did something incredible. It all happened in a match between Argentina and Colombia, which ended up going to penalties. At a time like this, most goalkeepers should be shaking in their boots, but not this guy. Check out what he did.
Catimba do Martínez, tá nervoso? Tá nervoso? Fala o tempo todo. Que demais, é outro duelo Premier League. Aí Martínez, fala o tempo todo. E erre Mina. Vai pra bola, tá nervoso? Vai o Mina. Bateu de pé direito, Martínez!
Meanwhile, this goalkeeper pulled off such a crazy stunt that the fans stormed the field to go after him. In an extremely tense match, the Augsburg goalkeeper made this incredible save and sent the entire stadium into a frenzy. The only problem was that he chose to celebrate in the worst way possible. No wonder the fans invaded the field. What a blunder! Bass tried to mess with Zlatan and ended up getting humiliated. The two had been exchanging jabs for a while, but at this moment, Ibra decided to take it up a notch and did this. That's why you don't mess with Ibra. But in this next play, Neymar was the one who got the short end of the stick. And the worst part is, he didn't do anything wrong. In a match against Olympique, the star had to endure racist insults from both the rival fans and even the players. But there came a point when he couldn't take it anymore, and this happened. And it didn't stop there. Things escalated from that push, and the Brazilian ended up getting sent off. Anyway, this wasn't the only time someone tried to humiliate Neymar, but what's most shocking is how he got his revenge. During a corner kick for the Brazilian national team, Neymar had to endure a lot of trash talk from the Uruguayans. But what they didn't expect was that Neymar would do this. But that's nothing compared to what Mane did on this day after scoring a goal with his hand. From a distance, it might have looked like a legit goal, but we all know that wasn't the case. And to make it even worse, check out what Mane did next. The guy literally winked at the ref and mocked him. You'll never see Cristiano Ronaldo the same way again when you find out what he said on this day. Everyone knows CR7 loves football, and that's why no one is harder on himself than he is. That's why he was furious after losing the Champions League match with Juventus and ended up giving his team a piece of his mind.
Non giocavamo niente! Niente! Giocavamo una sempre! Yo me incluyo también, pero no jugamos niente. Tenemos que decir la verdad. Por eso, pero tenemos que jugar en esta partida de Champions. Hay que tener personalidad.
Click on the video on the screen right now to see more disrespectful moments like this one.